I'm out doing my morning walk, my exercise walk now. Just headed down. I usually walk down to the University of Penn, go through part of the campus. Sometimes I walk down by Children's Hospital. Other times I will just stay on the campus and then go, what is that, north towards the other side of Market Street. It all depends on how I feel that day. But today I'm just walking and enjoying this weather. It's like 68 degrees, 70 degrees. Perfect. I'm wearing shorts, t-shirt, and I'm headed out on a walk in my neighborhood. My sister suggested that I videotape my neighborhood because people always get the wrong impression about Philly. Look at those pretty flowers over there on the fence. So now I'm just walking and moving along. I'm gonna flip the camera because I got people coming the other way right now. I don't want them in. A mural right here. This neighborhood is full of gorgeous murals. Actually, the whole city of Philadelphia is full of beautiful murals. So, yep. There's one of the politicians' local office. I think he's like a district representative, state representative. There's a great taco place over there in the corner with the orange awnings. Yeah, and then down here on this corner, that's Lee's Deli. He makes great cheese stick sandwiches, he and his team. I've been going there for years. Oh, so now I'm just waiting for the light to change. I think it's turning red now. So let's... Beautiful street down that way too. Looks like my camera's dirty. May have to redo this video. We'll see. I'm just trying this out because my sister said, hey, when you're out walking and your neighborhood's nice and people need to see that part of Philadelphia, how pretty and historic it is. So I said, okay, I'll see what I can do. I love this section of Philly. It's not perfect by far. I mean, we're in the city. We're in a major, I think the 5th or 6th largest city in the United States. And the way the United States is set up, it won't be perfect because of the way that our government's set up. But it's pretty good overall. And I like it here. So I think I've lived in this neighborhood, oh boy, around 12 years, if not 14, which is the longest I've ever stayed in one neighborhood in my life. And I'm 55 years old. And that's the longest I've stayed in one apartment in my life either. So I must really like it here. Because when I was younger, if one thing happened during the course of the 1-year lease that I didn't like, I was out of there. Of course, back then apartments were much cheaper and plentiful, right? And easy to get into. So you could just move down the street, around the corner, or across town. It wasn't a big deal. Things are a lot more expensive now. But even so, I'm so glad I stayed around here. Even with rent increases and what have you. I'm just grateful because this is a neighborhood where I feel pretty safe. And safety is really important anywhere, but especially when you're in a major city that has things that happen in major cities all the time. You need to feel safe, you know. There's crime and things like that. And like I said, this area is not perfect, but I feel really fortunate overall. I've never had any issues around here. I feel comfortable. I feel safe. And it's very diverse around here too. So the interesting history about this neighborhood that I've heard from some old-time locals is that many years ago, this entire area was African American up to a certain point. And one guy even told me that when he was a kid, because he grew up, he's still living in his family house. I think he's 3rd or 4th generation in the family house. But when he grew up, you couldn't cross a major street because on the other side of that street, there were Italians and they would beat up the black kids and take their bike or just beat them up and tell them not to come back to the area or that side of the main street. Well, with time and gentrification, this area is now, I would venture to say, 60 to 70% Caucasian and maybe 10% Asian. So let's say 60% Caucasian, 10% Asian, 20% Black. And when I say Black, I mean African American. There are Africans, Ethiopians, Nigerians, all kinds of people around here. And then Latinos as well, different kinds of Latinos. So yeah, it's a really cool, fun, diverse area. I'm looking at the timer to see how much time I'm on now. Look how blue that sky is. Oh my goodness. And this is October. I don't take this for granted in the Northeast in October, right? Sometimes in October we'll have gray skies and just craziness. The shop over there in the corner. Here I am crossing the street going towards one of my favorite places in the city. It's called Clark Park. And Clark Park is a historic park here in this part of Philadelphia. Oh, so another thing I get in trouble about. I've been in Philadelphia 25 years, going on 26, but I call this West Philly. People born and raised here often call this Southwest. So it depends on, right now I'm on a street called Baltimore Avenue. See all kinds of big houses and stuff across the street. Those are all historic old homes built plus years ago. In fact, the house that my apartment is in, the house I live in, and that's a lot of houses around here, they were so big, like 3,500 square feet plus. They've been divided into apartments, some of them 3 apartments, which make huge 1 or 2 bedroom apartments. Some of them have been divided into 4 apartments. At any rate, the house I'm in was built in 1913, which doesn't sound old if you're from Europe or Asia or Africa, but in the United States, that's getting up there because at this point it's 111 years old. So now we are approaching the infamous Clark, which has been in existence for a long time. According to the sign that we're coming up to, it's been around since 1895. You can see that sign there. This is the park. I love it. You see people walking their dogs, and you see all kinds of stuff out here. On Saturdays, they have a farmer's market. At different times during the week, you'll have people out here playing soccer. They were doing a beer garden earlier I guess it was towards the end of summer. They were doing like a beer garden. And there's a group of mature guys, and I say mature because I'm in that mature category. They play chess, and you'll see all the old, beautiful houses over there. All those are at least 100 plus years old, if not more. So yeah, isn't that nice down there? So right in that area, that's where they play chess. And you'll see, let me see if I can zoom in some. You'll see tables over there and chairs. So they'll come in with their tables and chairs and in the afternoons, and the guys will set up and they will sit there and play chess for hours. I mean hours. At any rate, I hope that you've enjoyed this tour of my part of West Philly or Southwest, depending on who you ask. And I love it here. I've been living around here, like I said, for I think 12 to 14 years. I can't even remember. Time flies. Oh my goodness. And I found the part of Philly I like because I had lived in East Oak Lane. I had lived in Germantown. I lived in Center City, which is downtown. And then my friend was living over here, and one of my buddies had acquaintances his father owned an apartment building, and I needed a place to move to. So I moved into an apartment building that they owned. And then after that, They sold the building fairly quickly, unfortunately, and I moved just a few blocks away, and I've been down here ever since. So I really like it around here. I plan on staying around here, and yeah, I enjoy it. Oh, one last building around. It was just finished. It virtual because not everybody wanted it. They tore down like 5 or 6 historic homes. Well, I should say this. I'll preface it by saying the historic homes have been torn down many years ago, but in its place now, this new apartment building's been put up. On the one hand, I'm happy because we need new housing in the city. These are not exactly affordable, but it is providing new housing, so I'm grateful about that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tour. I'll try this again. I'll try to be more organized next time I do it. But anyway, this is my Philadelphia. I hope you like it, and let me know your thoughts. I'll try to do more, like I said, on another day. Let's see where we're at now. Oh yeah, we're at 11 minutes. We're gonna stop. So guys, thank you for sharing this journey with me. I'll be back real soon, and we'll do more. Peace. Always remember, self-care is critical and must be ongoing. Take care.